Welcome to SoulWhat, a Soultopia production. Every Tuesday, Michelle and Roger Welch take a deep dive into the intriguing and proactive world of metaphysics, a world beyond our human perception. They'll talk to empaths, readers, and other guests from all walks of life to find out what's hiding under the surface, uncover the mysteries of our modern world, and reveal the answers you need to live a happy, healthier life. Now, here's your hosts, Michelle and Roger Welch.
Hi there. How is everyone doing on this beautiful Tuesday night? How are you doing, Roger?
Awesome. What about you?
That's good acting. I know you don't feel that great, right?
Not really.
Okay, so tell us, what is it? What they test you and tell you have?
Double COVID.
Besides irritableness.
Double COVID.
Not to be joked about.
Double
no
COVID with a slight of flu.
He came home and told me that. He told us that today, Matt.
They believed it.
And everybody's like, oh. I don't
Double
even know.
COVID?
I don't even know what double
with a slight
COVID
of-
is.
I didn't know that was something you
COVID.
could get.
Double
Yeah.
COVID with a slight of flu.
So, no COVID, no flu.
No, just the crud.
Crud and crankiness.
Sinus infection and my head's clogged. My ears are ringing.
That is
miserable.
irritating, though, when your head's all stopped up and all that kind of stuff.
I had I used to get them a lot, sinus infections. I haven't as much lately. I used to get strep throat every year around my birthday. And then I would get sinus infection fairly regularly. I remember when I was moving out of college, so my buddy flew up to D.C. And we rented a van to drive back with all my stuff in it. So we
Right.
drove from D.C. back to
That was nice of it.
Springtown. Yeah, it was nice, but we just made like a 2-day road trip out of it. Well, as I was leaving, I was like, I'm starting to get sick. And middle of Tennessee, I have full-blown sinus infection. I was miserable for the rest of the trip. It was the worst road trip
There
I've ever
were
had in my
no
life.
doctors.
No.
The whole state of Tennessee, I bet.
Well, I didn't even bother. I mean, whatever. I didn't have insurance or anything like that. I didn't stop anywhere. I was just like, I'm just gonna muscle through
Tough it out.
and go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Wow.
out all day Saturday outside with all that wind blowing from the south.
It's probably what. Yeah. You
Yeah,
probably.
and it just kept getting worse. And then Sunday, kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
And it just kept getting worse.
Well, yeah. So there's stuff going around for the weather. It's interesting because you guys, a lot of you know my friend, and she works as a lip skin nurse, and she's like, they had it declared no more mask,
Yeah.
right? So no more mask. Interesting. After what it seemed like everybody got it when we were in.
I did
Not
like
us.
I did like the doctor though. They have like a couple of different spots around town. The doctor I use, and so I didn't actually see my doctor. I just took the first available. So I went to Frisco, and you get there, they send you a text, sit in your car, text arrive when you get there. So I text arrive, and got it. You're in line. About 2 minutes later, it said go to room 30. What? Go to room 30? Okay. So I go up. I go to room 30. The nurse is in there. Welcome. Da 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 da. All right, we'll be in just a minute.
I wonder if they just are going to keep that.
I'm
I
like,
wonder
can
how many
y'all
people
please
have
do
figured
this all
out
the time? So much
efficiency
easier.
doing
Yeah.
this,
That
right?
must have been something. Yeah, they started during COVID or whatever.
It was.
right?
Even at my regular doctor, you kind of do that, but you still have to go in, check in. They let you sit in the car, but you still have to go in, check in, and sit in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Not here, though. They just like, okay, when you get here, text us you're here, and you sit in your car till they're ready. And like I sat there maybe 2 or 3 minutes watching TikToks,
Yeah.
and then text me and said, go to room 30. And I wasn't even sure I was going to the right place. And I was like looking around, and there's room 30. I went in, and the nurse was in there waiting for me.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
I'd
It's
much rather
awesome
do
that
that
we're-
than
yeah.
sit in a.
Yeah.
Those waiting room chairs are always uncomfortable anyway.
Yeah.
Just
Or
lay
you're
the seat
sitting
back
there
and
for
go to
20
sleep.
minutes.
Yeah.
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 And you're always looking at everybody else going, ooh, what do they have?
Right. What am I catching right
What
now?
am
when
I
I'm
catching?
sitting
My
here?
appointment was at 3 o'clock. I got there like 5 minutes before 3, and then I was leaving at 3:35.
That's awesome.
And they did a
Is that
flu.
Village Health?
Yeah, they did a flu test, COVID test, and strep test because they've been seeing flu and
I've
strep.
never
I've
had
seen.
strep in my life.
I was in and out and done.
I've never had strep in my life
It's terrible.
that I know of. Did you have mono ever?
Never had mono.
'Cause they
no.
supposedly
that
tie
was,
together.
That was the kissing sickness. Whenever
Yep.
I remember, and I wasn't getting kissed a lot in school, so I never
Me
got
either.
I never got mono. It was always the big deal. I remember people having that for like 6 months or something. Like it lasted
Yes,
forever, didn't it?
and
Or-
never
Yeah.
get rid of it.
yeah.
And they've tied it together. A friend of mine has MS, and if you had mono, strep throat, or any of those, you're more prone to MS, or it's an indicator that you can have it. So, certain things, but yeah, none of it for me.
No, I never got that. But yeah, like I said, I used to get strep throat almost like clockwork every winter or every around my birthday in January, and I hate it's miserable.
That's so
I hate
fun.
it. It's so bad.
Yeah, I did too. And I had my tonsils taken out, tonsils, adenoids, or whatever the hell, and all that stuff removed.
Still
It
have
didn't
mine.
work.
And I don't
Should have
have,
just left those suckers in.
I never had strep again.
Oh, okay, well, I guess it did work then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so it did work. Because I had it like multiple times a year.
So we have some announcements, a few announcements to make. We'll kind of make them throughout the show. We've been working on.
We are?
We are. We've been working on Tide, the International Divination event that's coming up in May. We're thinking about the May 5th, 6th, and 7th, or 4th, 5th, and 6th, or 12th through 14th. I threw that in there. Into
Yeah,
the ring.
that's not, yeah, that wasn't an option. I don't remember that being
But why
an option.
not? Why is it not?
Because I gave you the list of, here's the available weekends, because
Oh.
the other weekends we have weddings.
Oh, you mean we or they?
No, the hotel.
The hotels. I was like, I'm not going to any weddings. Weddings and funerals, I can do without those things.
Done with those
I
now.
like dread them. Here, can I just please send a present? All right, and graduation too. But that's the other thing that goes on. So
I
it'll
don't
be
think you
May
send a present
5th.
for a funeral.
So send a present for a
I
funeral.
was gonna say I don't know that you send a present for a funeral.
Exactly.
I don't know. It might be a better deal.
Maybe.
Person things doesn't care. It's just the people.
You're supposed to send a casserole.
You're supposed to what?
Send a casserole. To a
They
funeral.
don't want my casserole. I can sort of do the green bean, whatever one, casserole. You know what I'm talking about. Green bean casserole.
No, please explain.
No, you do not. It's green beans with those onions on top with some mushroom, Campbell's soup, and something else. I can't remember. I used to make it all the time. That, and I used to make the not potato salad, but potato casserole that has cornflakes on top.
That sounds good.
It is good. But my kids would only eat it if grandmother made it. Now I am go the grandmother. Maybe that child will like my food, Walker. But none of my kids they were like, Grandma didn't make it. It tastes different. And I was like, okay, fine. I won't cook. Right? And I never did. Because usually I was so ADD, I'd forget.
It's a hard thing.
I'd put double something in there.
It's a hard thing to translate grandma's recipes. I remember I called my
Uh-huh.
grandma up once for what did she used to make that I used to like so much. I think it was a casserole or something like that. No, it was stuffing. It was.
Oh, that's hard.
And I said, "What's your recipe?" And she gave it to me, and half of it I didn't even understand. She was like, "I don't know how much I put in this thing. It was just sort of all
just
by
knew. Yeah.
by memory. It was like a handful." I'm like, "Well, is it your handful or my handful?" That doesn't make any like
A
this.
smidge,
Yeah, like what does any of
a
this mean?
pinch.
That's
Yeah.
how I cook anyway, though.
This is how you cook. And Roger's a good cook. His stuffing's great.
I grew up cooking like that, so it's just never.
Yeah.
I look at the recipe and I just, okay, I can do that, and just start mixing it.
I grew up just trying to make my own stuff. Like, do I remember
but-
honey buns? I'd make honey buns and put ketchup on top of them and serve them to my family and go,
Obviously,
this
that's-
is yummy. And they go, yeah. And then they throw it away. Yeah. I like to try to invent stuff. But
Well,
it never was a
real
hit.
secret about grandma's recipes is that they always put like 3 pounds of butter in it, and that's
Right, or
that's what's
Crisco
actually
back
going
in the
on.
day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, why does this taste so good? Oh, it's terrible.
But my grandmother lived to be 106 who did that. So, go figure. But she also was, they were farmers. So, there you have it. Well, we're doing readings tonight, you guys. We'll also answer questions. If you have any questions about crystals, anything you have a question about, ask us questions. See if we'll answer it. Anything you want to ask us.
If you have any questions about crystals, watch last week's episode.
Well, that's a good point. What else? I always say crystals first. What else? Herbs, anything, or what's going on with Soultopia, spell work, anything. If you want to ask a
anything.
question. But if you want a reading, we are doing those tonight for free. And guess what? We know how to do it, unlike a lot of people who just learned yesterday on TikTok. And now they're on TikTok.
I will tell.
so-
I will tell you, for Halloween, Michelle has to get a costume, guys. So
Wow.
y'all need to chime in because she's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
wait till the last minute for Halloween to pick out a costume.
When we're reading, so
But we're going to be at the Granada Theater. Michelle and I will be at the Granada Theater for their Halloween party doing readings.
That's cool.
They said we want the best people in town, so they called us.
Of course.
But we're doing. I don't even have all the total details about the party, but they're like, yeah, charge $10 for your readings. It'll be great. I'm like, okay. So bring
I don't
$10.
know about that. Yeah.
No, they already have over. I forget. They've got a ton of people already signed up coming in.
We also had before that for a personal friend of ours that she is having something at the University of Texas, Dallas, right? And so we have that coming up. We have a lot of entertainment things coming up. So no rest for the weary, right?
Granada,
So
is there a theme to this party that they're doing, or is it just kind of whatever?
the Granada.
Yeah.
There is a theme. I forget what it was.
I wonder if
I think it was.
There's a theme.
There is a theme, but I forget. The
Y'all
lady said-
come. It should be fun.
Yeah.
That's
because
not
that
too
is
far
actually
from you,
open.
right,
That's
Matt?
open to the public. So
No, that's actually really close to me.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So,
mean, really close relatively. It's East Dallas.
yeah. So yeah, it's screams and something. Well, I think
So
what
we're
they call
supposed to
it.
wear kind of fortune teller stuff, or
No,
or-
you can wear whatever.
oh, okay. I've got
Costume,
I'll be.
party.
I'm an Elton John fan. See y'all, my Elton John.
I mean, that
jersey.
could be fun though. The
Oh, it
traditional
will be
Yeah.
fortune teller kind of thing. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I've
Or is
got
that is
the-
that too cliche?
It may be too cliche. I don't know. We'll have to get more. And a lot of times I'll ask, do you
I was
have a
thinking about
color
going as
theme?
a-
But they probably don't.
I was thinking about going as like a goth grunge, you know, give me a little like
Grunge?
white out my
I like it.
Grunge?
grunge,
Grunge. Oh, grunge.
white, white my face out a little
Grunge.
bit,
I know
Yeah,
what
no, I
you're
like
talking
a
about.
little black eyeshadow.
He
let's
just
see.
wants an excuse to put on makeup, y'all.
Is it the Boo Bash?
That's it, I think.
The Boo
So
Bash
it's on Halloween night.
on Halloween
Okay.
at the Granada Theater, and we're reading from when to when?
I think it's like from 6 to 10 or 7 to 11, something like that.
And
No, it's 7 to 11 because we get there at 6. Yeah, and we charge. And they're like, just charge $10 for readings, and we get to collect the money for the readings and all.
Okay.
So if you want a reading for Michelle and me, that's the place to come and do it.
Yeah,
Because
I
we've been
don't
too
ever
busy.
read for $10.
We've
I read
been
for
too
free
busy.
on SoulWhat though. So, right?
We've been too busy to do anything else.
We also, if you're on social media, on Facebook, I posted on the International Divination event a book of rules. And no, I told things that are coming up, and I said if anybody had a suggestion for a keynote speaker, we're going to change. I think, Matt, we're going to change it to where we have a keynote speaker Friday morning, one Saturday morning, one Sunday morning.
I like that.
Yeah, I think so too. And then you'll just either buy the full pass or you'll buy Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, right?
A daily pass, yeah.
Or daily pass, and those are your options.
Yep. All
And then
weekend or
free
day at a
vending.
time.
And we're going to be really picky about the vendors. So that'll probably be set up by the weekend, right?
Yeah.
Okay, as long as
Hopefully.
you feel better. Yeah. So as far as buying tickets, but it'll be more basic, not too many options. But will there be Zoom?
There will be Zoom.
Okay.
There will be a Zoom option too.
Matt's going, oh crap.
Actually, the Zoom option was pretty simple to do.
Well, it's like the minute you leave the room, though, something happens, right? So
That's always the way it
as
is.
it is. I know Matt was trying to get some lunch at Newt's, and I was like, "Where's Matt?" And they go, "Get Matt, get Matt."
I just happened to be next door, so.
And
that
they were like, "Well, somebody, Mary, I think she's so sweet. Goes, no, he's having his lunch," and I was like, "I gotta go get Matt because I'm panicking." I think it was during the which is which.
Yeah,
So yeah. So sorry about that, Matt.
No, that's okay. I mean, that's what I'm there for. I don't mind. I still got to eat, so it was fine.
So if y'all haven't gotten your newsletters lately, that'll get figured out hopefully tomorrow. I'm not sure why we haven't had
Because I've
newsletters.
been busy.
Oh, is it your job to do them?
It's been my job to do them, and I've been busy.
Oh, okay. I didn't know whose
Yours-
job it was.
It was you and me.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe next year you'll get a newsletter because we're always busy. No, but that is a good way to find out what's going on, and we don't send out too many of those. So now, especially, we don't send out too many because the other thing I'd like to cram in before we're going to have spell work class, we're going to have Several things exciting that we're announcing in the new year. I will announce that, and Mary just told me the date, Matt Orwin, the bestseller of and husband to Devin Hunter, who was just on our show last week. Matt will be on with his new
22nd.
book, Mastering Magic. Pardon me?
22nd.
22nd? Mm-hmm. Is that right?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I thought it was 18th, but okay. So we'll let you know for sure.
22nd
Mary knows. If
of
Mary,
November. 22nd of November. That's a Tuesday night.
Okay. So that's, if that's right, then that's when I'll believe him, because she just told me. And then we have a few more things. I'd like to have a live auction too, maybe for some to get ready for the holidays. But I haven't talked to Roger about that yet. But I think that'd be fun in our warehouse. Thing about those is that we're going to have you pay right when you bid, because some of you guys bid last time and then you never picked your stuff up, right? If you pay, you're going to pick it up. True?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
We have, let's see, event-wise where you can find us is actually, and the reason I know the 22nd was on November the 20th. We have the Plano Festival, Holistic Festival of Life, and that's on the 20th.
And that's one of the few events that we still attend. We like
Yep,
the
a friend of
people who
ours
put it on.
That's a friend of ours, her event, and we like
Jennifer
to go.
Ray
Yeah.
and Vijay too, right? And so we like that event. So we'll be that, and I'll be speaking at that event. How you can be your very own medium. You're actually going to do an exercise. You only have about 25 minutes, and you're going to do an exercise from my Spirits Unveiled book during that with either the person you're with or the person you're sitting next to. It's going to be really interesting.
That'll be fun.
So, yeah, it's going to be, so you're going to be a medium on
In
and
25
my
minutes.
speech. Yeah, learn to be a medium in 25 minutes, or at least learn how to plan. So tonight we're reading, and I'll show you a deck I read with it on something. I can't remember, but this is a highly anticipated deck, this Trick or Treat Tarot by Barbara Moore. It is out. We do have it. And it wasn't just highly anticipated because of it being for Halloween. Of course, we wanted it in time, but also it was just highly anticipated because Barbara Moore, who is one of our keynote speakers at Newt's, she is incredible at all her decks are really, really good. So, and it's illustrated by Jonathan Hunt. So I'll be reading with those tonight and maybe some other things. And Roger, are you going to be reading? And with what?
I've got all types of things over here.
You can shake it up.
Yes, I got all types of stuff.
Maybe I'll do that too.
I got my Metaphysical Cannabis deck. I got my Witches Tarot. I got my Little Tarot. I got my Alien Tarots. And I even got my Magical fucking Journey Tarot.
Are all of those for sale here?
Witches Tarot. We have the Mystical. Those are.
Those are. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Some of them are just fun decks.
And then maybe we'll just do, maybe I'll spin the wheel because, I like to do that. And so let's get started. Do we have somebody that wants a reading? You guys, if you ask for one, you can just say, if you don't say anything, we'll do general. We'll assume it's for your highest and best good, whoever we're reading for. Remember, if you're asking for a reading, this is live. People are going to watch it. And we're going to be answering the questions. So don't ask a question that you don't really want the answer to go out to everyone out in the general public. So
is it playing now?
I'm working. Yeah, we're having a little bit of a Facebook issue right now, but we can keep on going, and I'm working on it.
Do we want to reload it and start again and tell everybody, or what do you want to do?
Let me try one more thing, and let's do that. But we are still live, and
and it's good because Roger's taking down names
Yeah.
right now. I can tell, so it's given him a little time to do that. The other thing I'll tell you that is if you are on Facebook, it'd be great. I didn't put it on Instagram yet, but it'd be great if you wrote on there what you'd like to see it tied for that one in May. I will tell you, I'm excited because I think we're going to kind of divide out the days a little bit, potentially, like between regular, just tarot cards, then divination, and then have a day maybe energy healing, or we might mix them all together. But the one here in Dallas, we want to make it more like a little bit of everything, just whoever's great at their craft, okay? So if y'all want to apply for that, get ready, because it's going to be
We probably
not
have
as
that.
many people speaking.
Yeah, won't be as many. We're going to pick out,
We're going to be very
submit a
picky.
really good article or how you see your
Proposal.
class, your proposal, how you see your class going.
I will, and I'd like to announce also is that Brandy Rochelle, that does the criminal investigation with Tarot. Many of you know her and from Tarot Takeaways. She is going to be doing class at Dallas in February. And we have also talked to Monty Farber to see if we can get him on the calendar. And I'm not sure, maybe hopefully January, to do a class, Monty, on astrology. So,
You'll have to take a break.
yeah, well,
Well, I talked to him the other day. He's busy.
he is busy.
And it wasn't writing either.
What was he doing?
Plumbing.
Well,
We had roofers, plumbers, I forget what
They
all
do
these
it all.
basement people.
I
He had
tell
all
you, they
types
get
of
more
people there
accomplished
working.
than most. Oh, and we're excited to announce that our featured artist for Tide in Dallas is going to be Jamie Sawyer. You know those tiles I always show you guys, but she also does decks like Pocket of Piers, the Nested
Sawyer's
Tarot,
Path.
all kinds of decks. She'll be our featured artist at Newts. Those are the
Newts or Tide?
Excuse me, Tide, and those are that she is the only one that we have officially announced. So even if maybe somebody kind of knows that they might be asked, don't announce it, please. That's our job to do that. Thank you. Appreciate it. That is our job to officially announce that and where we want people, because we're really being cognizant to make the conferences be different. It's something, feedback that we got. Just so, some people like to go to both, and you want them to be different, not have the same, at least not the same speech.
Well, we
or
definitely
real
want
close
people
to the
going to
same
both
speech.
too.
Right. So yeah, we'd love for you to come to both. So
Well, all right. So I'll give a quick update here. As far as I can tell, there is something going on Facebook's end, because nothing I do is sending across. It keeps coming up black and saying there's something wrong. I'm looking at everything over here, and everything is green as it normally is. So
Well, I wrote down 7 people that wanted readings. Should
Are
we
they
just do
Yep.
them and then
is it
load
gone?
let's go ahead and do them. I've got it saved. We can load it up afterwards if we need to. And otherwise, we are still live on YouTube. So
YouTube.
if folks can go over there, I don't know how they're listening to me right now, but if they
will
can,
we be able to
go over
boost
there.
it on? So that's a problem that we had last week.
We
Okay.
will be able to. I mean, I'll just have to upload it like I did last
Okay.
week. This seems to be something on Facebook's end, because we are sending everything. It says we are sending everything clear, and it is just not displaying our video right now.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
So
hopefully you guys, does that mean they can't hear us? So we're now just recording it like it's not live? Or
I'm going to send them a message. We are still live on YouTube, though.
I
So
gotcha.
let's
Okay,
do
so
that.
yeah,
I'm
go
going
to
to tell
YouTube.
them to go over to
I kind of like that anyway, because I want to start building our YouTube page back. I got something from someone. I'm sure it was just some random, but it made sense to me. It was like, you have such great content on your YouTube. Why aren't you promoting it more? Because we have years of content now. So that might be something we want to start doing anyway. Okay, we ready to start
Yep.
reading?
Okay. Kelly would like a general reading.
Okay. You want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
And if you're lucky enough that you are watching on YouTube, I just flipped over to YouTube and I see like Leslie's over there and all. And if anybody else is watching on YouTube and wants an reading, chime in there and let us know.
Great.
All right. Okay, Kelly. I got the King of Cups there. See that card, right? King of Cups. All right. For you, Kelly, since you're looking for just a general reading, it's what really jumped out though when I looked at this card overall, without the light on it, is his foot hanging off the ledge there. He has water all the way around him, and his throne's sitting up here. His throne base is here, but his foot is just off the edge. So it's like he's kind of thinking about checking something out, but he's not fully committed yet. So I feel like what you have an idea about something that you want to jump in and you want to maybe check it out. I would say do it. try it out, see what you're thinking, see how it's feeling before you jump full in. Okay, so go ahead and it's a good time to try that out. So give it a try and see.
Okay, so from the Trick or Treat Tarot by Barbara Moore, I have this really sexy card. Look at that, you guys. That's the 9 of Pentacles. And what I get for you is to start stepping into, I mean, it's very basic. I looked at her and I thought, wow, she looks sexy and she's owning it. So own it. Own your whatever's important to you. And whether it's, hey, I'm looking better, I've done things to exercise, or whether it's I've improved myself in my career, whatever that is, just step into it and just really own it. You don't really need anybody else to validate you as a human. You don't need another person to fulfill your life. Our partners don't come along to make us whole. We're already whole. They just sometimes come along to make us. Sometimes it makes us happier for a time. But right now, just own whatever you're doing. Just keep doing it, but own it and have fun with it.
All right. That's pretty good. All right. The next one is Angela. And Angela would like a general reading also.
Okay.
General reading for Angela. And this time I'm going to use my Mystic Martian Oracle by Lisa Porter. And, funny, got another water card. And it is the water card, Angela. And what it says here is water element reflection, kindness, compassion. But I really see this as kind of like, water. You see her under the water, but she has like the fish are swimming towards her. She's like just kind of flowing. And it's how the flow of water is what I see here. A flow of life. And that's what I see for you is actually your flow of life and where you're headed and the path you've been working down. You actually are going down the correct path. And what you need to do is just keep doing that flow of life. Okay, that flow, your path that you're working on, and just keep going. You're going to have things coming at you like the little bitty fish over here, but the fish are not impeding in her path. She's still on her path, her swim. Okay. And so just keep going and doing what you're doing.
Perfect. Is this for Ange Bradford?
Angela Bryant.
Angela? Who?
Bryant.
Bryant, okay. So if you want to hold that one up, Roger, it's the King of Wands from, again, Barbara Moore's Trick or Treat Tarot. And if you'll keep holding it up.
Even the backs are cool.
Yeah, the backs are cool too. But it's time for you to realize that you have a lot to offer other people, but you do not always have to give up your secrets. You don't always have to tell everybody the things that you are planning. Maybe you have something that you're planning and you may say, hey, I'm working on something, and they may want to know, and you don't have to tell. You're just relaxed in the fact that you are settling back in your sacral chakra and your solar plexus, that you have things going on. They're magical, but don't share them yet with everybody until they're actually come to fruition. So,
cool.
I used to be told that when Tyler was in acting. It's like you don't share anything until, you've got the contract in your hand. So, but you want to, because sometimes when he would audition for stuff, just getting the audition would feel as important as getting the gig, right? Mm-hmm. Because it'd be good. He'd make it through so many auditions. But my point being is sometimes it's better to keep your mouth shut. And so you're not taking the energy out of, and I've read this from other people, like when you do voice things into reality, but you can also diffuse the energy if you're just, if you do something and then it actually doesn't come your way. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, sort of. Okay. All right. So that's me.
That's yours? Mm-hmm. All right. Next one here is from Lacey Lee. And she actually made it from Facebook over, so she figured it out.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. So it worked, Matt.
Matt,
worked.
you did something great.
Gosh,
She made it just
We
in
won't
time.
give
to hear
Lacey
her
any
from
credit,
you.
but we'll. It's all Matt.
I'm glad she made it. I'm glad
Yeah,
she made it.
I'm glad you made this. Okay, so
and what Lacey's looking for is a reading with work,
okay.
a work reading.
Oh, do you want to work and read? Because we've got openings. No, a reading about work. Okay. We've got openings for Saturday for a daily reader in Frisco. You must have experience and you must know how to learn. You must be willing, if you just are intuitive and do other modalities, you must be willing to learn tarot too. But
And
there
if
is an
you're
opening.
looking for that, go to our website, mysoultopia.com, click the tab, go over to where it says employment, and scroll down and apply.
Don't do what I said to do.
Don't do what Michelle said. Do not email me because it will probably go to spam
Yeah. Well, we'll
or
go to spam.
assume it's spam. And
Yeah.
So
So tell them again.
mysoultopia.com,
Okay.
go to the employment tab, and you can either apply to work in the store, but you also apply for being a reader or healer.
Perfect. And we are in need of also festival readers too and entertainment readers. So, all right,
Exactly.
ready?
Yes. All right. So Lacey Lee. Lacey wants a work reading. So I pulled this one, Lacey. It's the Two of Wands. The thing is that where your work status is now, you feel comfortable there. Okay, you feel comfortable there, but it's almost to the point you're almost too comfortable there. You're kind of bored. Okay, it's just like you're just kind of I show up, I do my thing, and I go home. Okay. There's other things here though that you need, that maybe it's about time to start looking around. Okay, that's what I get. And it could be with the same company, or it might even be with a different company. But I think where you are now is just you don't enjoy it. You're just bored with it, and it's not challenging enough for you. So I think it's time you actually jump up, and it's time to start looking at making a change.
Okay. So I got the full card. Roger, can you again hold that one up? See? So the full, see the ghost and the cat out in front? That cat's representing the dog in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, probably.
Very cool.
And so the Fool is, and here's this little ghost, this little human person in a ghost outfit, and the cat is out in front. In other words, kind of just like that, the Fool card in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, it is time to take a leap of faith. Now, when I do give readings, I don't necessarily, unless somebody said, should I quit my job? I don't want you to necessarily do that, but I want you to start looking. And I did find, also, I pulled another one to see, and I got, can y'all see? This is the Ace of Pentacles. That is new beginnings in a job. So I will confirm and validate what Roger just said. I got the same thing. Yep.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
All right. So next is going to be Kathy. And anything I need to know was her question. She just wants whatever comes out, I guess.
Okay. It was funny. I was on a show last night called Dave the Mystic. I posted it. You can listen to it. And we took a lot of readings. Had a lot of people call in for readings. And one lady called in. I remember laughing because her name was Donna, and I didn't want her to think I was laughing at her because I wasn't. It was the question. Because there were a lot of callers, right? And she said, I just want a question about my work, my love life, my health, and do you think I'm going to be moving? And I said, so basically you want to know about everything in your life right now. Yeah. So I did it really fast. I drew 4 cards, and I told her each answer just really quickly, but it was hilarious. I was like, okay, let's just find out everything. I mean, it hits all the, it checks off all the marks, right?
Hit them all.
Okay,
Check them all.
you going?
All right. All right, Kathy. I got the Flower of Life, Inspiration, Awe, and Dreams. So, what I get this Flower of Life, though, for you, is it's more of you're on your spiritual journey. You feel like you're probably more there than you ever have been in your life. It's basically what it is. You're in your path where you're actually enjoying life for a change. And I think that's where you are. Your dreams are kind of where you are. You're just embellishing those more and more every day versus where you used to be kind of in life, not living to your fullest, but now you're there, and things have started coming, and you just start growing more and more every day.
Okay, so I got the 4 of Pentacles, and this dude is sitting on a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns, it looks like. And the Four of Pentacles, it looks to me like he's sort of hoarding them. And I don't always get this exactly for the Four of Pentacles, but it's like he's just sitting, and he's at the top of the heap on a really, really large pentacle. I mean, jack-o'-lantern. So what my message to you is, did she have a specific question?
Anything she needs to know.
Okay, so the message is to get rid of some of your stuff. You don't need it all. If some of it's going to go bad anyway, or whatever that means, maybe it's your refrigerator you're keeping too much. But I'm thinking broader. There's a lot of stuff in your life that you could purge and be rid of, and you wouldn't even know it was gone. So that's my message. Anything you want to know, do some purging of material things in your life that you don't need anymore. It's a lot to keep up with anyway. Right?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Just a lot to keep up with.
Just a lot to keep up with. Like, simplify your life. Do you want to give our giveaway? Do our giveaway? Is it
Sure.
too soon?
Did you figure out how to do it?
No, I never know how to do it. I got a gift, though. I can do that part.
She can do the Vanna White part. The Vanna part.
We're giving away
So-
one of our pendulum bugs.
Nope, she screwed up the Vanna
Oh
White
wow,
part.
yeah.
Pendulum Palooza. Well, Vanna White had to kind of mess them up sometimes, or she was boring. But she never did mess those letters up, did she?
No, because this is button. You just hit the
Yeah.
button that's lit up.
Well, this is pretty easy too, and I still
now it's
managed
button
to
hit.
mess it up. Pendulum Palooza. This is a book that Roger and I came up with. It's charts for reading. To me, it's and I'm just saying the best one out there because it's big enough to actually do on it. It has everything you can imagine, and I could even do my next reading from it if you want, because I brought my pendulum in. But
All right.
this is what you're going to win.
Here's how you're going to do it. All right, I am watching, guys, because the little crash thing on Facebook. So I'm watching on YouTube, and I see all you people actually still in there watching, and they got it over there, so it's all good.
Thank you for all making it over there.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, this is pretty simple. Maybe we just start doing this every week.
Maybe.
And then, thank you, Leslie. She says she loves the book.
Oh,
Our
thanks,
question
thank
is,
you.
we've announced one person that is going to be at Tide. Only one person we've announced. Who is that person we announced? I'll take her name or card name that she does or any of those versions off.
Yeah.
There we go.
How's that to make it easy?
Or even what is she doing? Did you say that?
Or what
You
she's
don't
doing.
remember her
Yeah,
name?
even what she's doing is fine.
So
It's a lot of opportunities to win there.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should be able to get that one.
And Leslie wins.
I knew she
She's
would, because she knew exactly. That's Leslie with the Z, right?
Yep, Leslie
Yeah.
with the Z.
So
wins.
now, since you love it so much, you now have two of them.
Yes.
So I'm gonna read with it this
It's a
time.
good gift.
Yeah, it is. It's a great book. Okay, so who's
Oh,
next?
we actually had several people that knew the answer too. That's awesome.
But Leslie was
Leslie
quickest.
was the quickest though. All
right.
She got it in there. Angie got it in there. Ashay got it in there. So yeah.
All right.
We had several people that actually knew. So that's good. That's real good.
Okay, so who's next?
So next is Mandy. Mandy would love a general reading.
Okay. You okay?
I'm good. I'm good.
Hanging in over there? You
I've
tired?
tried. I will say I've tried 3 different times to get us back up on Facebook, and it's not happening. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on over there.
It is what it is.
All right, Mandy. I got the death card for you. So don't think it's a scary card. This more is along the traditional meanings of transitions. And I feel like the thing is, she just popped on too. That's funny. Mandy, if you do not start the transitions that you know you need to be making, life is going to make you make these transitions. Okay, you're going to either one way or the other. You're going to do these. So it's either by your choice and start it now, or life is going to push you into those transitions. Okay.
Okay.
So it's your time now to start either doing it or let life take over and let them do it.
Okay, so I was trying to decide what we wanted to do. I'm going to give you which archangel you could be working with right now. Okay, and I'm going to use this beautiful pendulum that we don't have any more of, but I wish I could find the guy who sells them. Mine has blue topaz. One of our readers named Ace bought the other one, and it had peridot around. So it's my pendulum, and I'm going to use it, if y'all can sort of see, maybe this guy, maybe. If you can sort of see.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I am going to So first of all, I'm going to see, I've already decided I'm using this board, but there is a question, do I use it or not? And then you just put where it says Archangels here at the bottom, you just put it and it's already going. Which Archangel should, who am I reading for?
Mandy.
It's real obvious. It was Haniel. Haniel is about the grace of God. The archangels typically have names representing the characteristics of divine God, source. And so it's about grace of God. Her colors are kind of a off-white bluish, so kind of like moonstone. And so that's somebody you could be working with right now. I don't know if you're about to be entertaining during the holiday season, but Haniel's one that will help you with that. Also, they're androgynous, but she feels like a she. She helps with a lot of feminine issues. She's affiliated with the moon. And she also will help you with your clairvoyance, which is clear seeing, if that's something you're working on. So just use the book, and it's simple as that, to use the book. And it's fun. Right?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. All right.
I like using this book.
This next one is a general reading.
Okay.
And the name is Fbeskes. Fabesky,
Okay.
I'm guessing.
Okay.
I could have totally butchered that. It could be something totally different.
But we apologize if he butchered it. It's usually me butchering the names. Okay.
Sometimes they just happen.
So I'll go first. I'm going to use for you this board on mammals for a totem from our Pendulum Palooza book. The chart is on mammals, and it's going to tell you which mammal you should be working with right now for a specific issue. Right now, it's just wanting to circle. I'm going to say, give me an answer. I'm looking at y'all, not at it. Now I'm going to look down. It's the lion. So what's cool on our thing is, so I got the lion from Pendulum in here, but then you flip it just to the top of the book, so you don't have to really open it or anything, but I just want to show y'all how you don't happen to open it. So you do it here, and then just right there on top, it tells you lion, and lion energy is powerful, royal, dignified, and courageous. So lion right now is who you could be working with for that. A tarot card that ties into that is the strength card, because that's typically depicted with an angel and a lion on there. So that's a totem you could be working with right now.
Okay. And I got the Andromedus card here. And what I like about this card, and it says it's, autonomy, free will, manifestation. But I like it about the manifestation, this card a lot about manifestation. So I feel like this is a really great time for you to start manifesting. It is the most excellent time to manifest. And so you step into that power and create your own universe by manifesting it. Okay?
Cool.
All right. The next one is Solaski. Hope I didn't butcher that one. And interested in a general reading.
Okay, so I'm going to do a different form this time. Are you ready, Roger? Do you want me to go?
Go ahead. You can
Okay,
go.
so I am going to do what's called bibliomancy. There's all kinds of mancies. There's like doing, and they're called different things, but the general term is bibliomancy, which came from, you know how you would some of us open our Bible, we'd see where it'd fall. Did any of y'all go to Vacation Bible School? They always had us do that. Mm-hmm. And you put your finger on the first thing you see. Well, that's where that word bibliomancy comes from, but there's also other mancies, like you can do it with any kind of book. They used to do them with the Iliad and the Odyssey. Homer, so way back when they would do that. So, but we're doing it because Spirit Son Bill is such a classic, like the Iliad and the Odyssey. It will be around forever, right? I'm playing. Okay, so I'm just going to open to, and you know what I got for you? It's in the multiple dimensional beings. It's actually in the quiz. But the one that it fell on is that you love crystals. You can communicate telepathically, or you feel like you used to do so. You love dolphins and whales. You believe in a society where everyone's equal. War, violence on TV, things like that really kind of hurt your soul. You feel very free about romantic relationships. You feel spirits around you. I tend to have an addictive personality. I know plants are beings and I communicate with them, also crystals. And I don't always feel that I am the same person I was when I was born. That is the Lemurian. That's what I am too when I take the test. So I will say to you, it's Lemurians, or if it's plural S at the end, Lemurians. And that's what I get for you. You might want to look into my book or to just look up Lemurians.
Very cool.
Did you already read? Okay.
Yes.
No.
So I got the Two of Swords, and these choices you have coming up, which twos are always choice things, right? I think what you really need to do, we used to call it a Benjamin Franklin close in sales, but really what it was is a pros and cons list. Mm-hmm. I need you to do is this choice you have coming up is a pretty major choice. So I need you to take a piece of paper, and I need you to make down a pros list and a cons list and see which one outweighs and which one really makes sense compared to just winging it and making a decision. I really need you to really spend time on this decision.
Did you see me peeking over at you?
Huh?
Did you see me peeking over
I
at
did.
you?
Yes, you were very.
What were you doing?
You were not hiding
I was
very well.
not
She was
discreet.
not at all.
Matt's like, I've got to give her more
I
lessons.
think the people in Fort
I
Worth
am
heard
going
it.
to schedule lessons with Matt, you guys. I learned, I was a little bit shorter on my answers last night, but it's when the rambling kicks in, boy, I've got to have help on that. So I opened my trinket.
Can we
box up.
suggest cattle prod?
Yeah, somebody just sitting there and saying,
Well, and he did when I was reading. He had a coolest thing. It was a timer went off, so I told him don't give him any more than 5 minutes so you can read more. I could have done 2, but music came on, and I was good. I stopped.
Oh,
So
it was like
he
the
played
Oscars.
Music.
I can do that for
yeah.
you. I can do
So-
that for you.
yeah.
I've been shorter
There's
than
your time.
you thank. Okay, so I'm just going to draw. Is there a specific question?
Oh,
for-
Leslie, work path reading.
Okay, so let's see, we get something from some charms. I'm going to try to do 3 work path reading. So first of all, relax, because I got the word exhale. So just like take a deep breath, let it out. So it sounds like there might be some concern there that you could release. And then I got, this is like a star. It's kind of what I get in maybe a moon together. It's actually 4, but the star was connected to the moon. So I'm going to say, look to the celestial beings. I'll say this. It's kind of going off of what you're going to do for your career. But I think looking at my book and taking the quiz in Spirits Unveiled, my second book, if you'll take that quiz at the back and see who you connect with, that might help you figure out your soul's purpose or the life purpose you have this time, which should help you know what job you want to be in. To me, I think of jobs as jobs and careers as career. You know when somebody is just clocking in and clocking out and it's not a career to them. You can tell when something is a career and they take it to a professional, really try to be the best they can be at it. Does that make sense? I've always, are you punching in and punching out and it's a job? It's just a job to pay the bills, or are you really wanting to build a career? And so I think that if you take that quiz, you'll know your purpose more. And I also got a little shell, and that to me leads me to thinking it might be one of those that you do on the quiz. It might have to do with an Atlantean or a Lemurian, and that's actually is from the multidimensionals in my book too. And that'll help you with your purpose. Okay.
All right, Leslie. I got the 10 of Cups. See the family down the bottom, all kind of rejoicing and happy. You got to have a career, a job. Your work path has to be something where you actually have work-life balance. Okay, it just being working to be working and not having time for your life. You don't need to do that. You need to find something that actually gives you kind of a good work-life balance. Spend more time on the life side, not the work side. Plain and simple.
All right.
All right. So, let's see. I've got some more here. So that was all the ones y'all had asked when we were actually on Facebook, and I know some more people have chimed in over here. We got quite a few of you. Ashe 1111
Okay.
would love a general reading.
I'm going to spin the wheel. Yay! You knew I was going to, right? So
Yes,
it's
we
only
did.
going to be a major arcana because that's what there's room for on the wheel. But here we go. And it's from the very
The moon.
top right here.
Yep, moon.
The moon. So what I get for you with the major arcana card, the moon, is, you know how I told somebody earlier to kind of keep their secrets, keep their information to themselves. They don't have to share everything with everyone. That's what I'm getting with you. To me, the moon doesn't always mean secret mysteries. That might be more some of the other cards, but coming up for this one, it doesn't. To me, when I read the moon, it's more like there's a little bit of blues or depression or something like that. And it may be that it has to do with that and involved in it, but there's things that you don't have to tell everybody because it's sometimes you will use those things against you. They come back to bite you. And sometimes it's so you tell only a few close friends, and it's not something that you have to reveal everything about yourself to everyone. And that's what I'm getting for you for the moon card.
Very good, very good. And I got is the Earth Element card. And what I like about this card is the talks about survival, adaptability, reliable. And I think with you, it's adaptable is the thing. And you're actually, because this tree right in the front here, notice that it actually has a very wide root system. You're very rooted, very grounded. But even though you're a very grounded person, you're very adaptable, which means you can put you anywhere. You can put you in like small crowds, big crowds, whatever people. You'll intermingle with them. You'll figure out ways to work your own magic, and that's your strongest asset is being a very adaptable personality to be able to fit in with anybody, anywhere, anyhow. And so I think you need to lean on that and take advantage of that. That's in life, in your career, everything. You just need to spend more time jumping into that. Okay.
Cool.
Here we go. Ready?
Else.
Let's see. We did Lacey. Yeah, we did Lacey.
Lacey.
Melissa would like a general reading.
Okay.
Melissa.
So I'm going to do bibliomancy out of my first book, The Magic of Connection, which, it's interesting because now every time I'm interviewed about Spirits Unveiled, I start talking a lot about this book too. I was shocked how much they really tie together. I opened to, for you, page 138, and the first thing I saw is black tourmaline. The biggest thing, the message to me is there are some areas that you need to probably protect in your life. Black tourmaline absorbs, transmutes, and deflects negativity. The point of the book is to say, if a black tourmaline can do that, so can we, because we have that power. But sometimes we're just not strong enough. And I feel like right now, you just need some extra protection. I would encourage you to be and it's not because like a thief is going to come in your home. I'm talking about energy that might come in through your front door. I'd like you to put a black tourmaline out beside your front door. Very specific, but yeah.
Very cool. And I feel like I got the actual one here is the Eight of Swords, where she's tied up here in the center with the swords around her. I feel like you're in a situation that you feel a little bit trapped in. You're just not sure because you can't see all the angles around you. Just like in this picture here, the swords are actually behind her, but you don't see in front of her because she's blindfolded. I think what you need to do is really take a step back and try to focus in your energy around you and what you need to overcome and how the easiest steps are. Because your easiest step may be just one step forward or two steps forward, and just look and see what that actually is before just jumping and seeing what you need to do, or without seeing what you should do. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Did we do Heather? Heather wants a general reading also.
Okay. So, Heather, I'm going to do a totem for you too, but it's going to come from reptiles and amphibians. And if you go, ooh, reptiles, well, sorry, because that's what we're doing. No, but there's some really cool ones on here. So, what totem should, give me your name again?
Heather.
Heather, you're working with. Show me what totem, and I need it to be bigger, and I feel like I'm trying to get it to go fast because y'all are waiting and I don't want to do that. Still moving. Yeah, so I thought you always kind of got to, it's more about the pull, not how big the swing is. It keeps wanting to go over here. And I think it's done. It's iguana. Sort of started at crocodile and went down to gecko and then iguana. Just, a lot of people will watch you and you'll think, you're moving that or whatever. You're not. It's just you feel the tug. You can feel it when it wants to go in a certain direction. Your energy's moving it. So the iguana, just so you know, what we wrote, the attributes for the iguana that can help you are to become aware, confidence, to be in a contemplative state, and also expectant. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory, that the iguana can help you with your awareness and your confidence, and for you to be expecting good things to come from that.
Okay.
Good.
Very good. All right. I got the Page of Swords. The thing is...
Oh, I thought you said 8. You said page. Okay.
Page of Swords. And the thing is you're in a great position to basically anything that gets in your way, strike it down. Move it out of your way. Okay? If it's coming at you, just push it out of the way. Get rid of it. So just keep your... You know where you want to be. You know how to get there. Now's the time to actually do it and act on it. If anything does get in your way, just push it out of the way. It's just a distraction is all it is. Those are just distractions trying to deter you off of your path. Keep on your path.
We're going to have to wrap it up in just a few minutes with our 1, 2, 3 readings, but do we want to take a couple more?
I think we may cut everything. Sorry, guys. If we didn't get you, sorry about that. Listen to the 1, 2, 3s. I think I got everybody, though.
Good.
Yeah, so we're right on time anyway.
Oh, great.
So
So
we do
Matt,
1,
you're
2,
with
3s.
us, right? You're going to do 1, 2, 3s?
I can. Yeah.
Do you want to? I don't
Yes.
want to put you on the spot if you don't want
Yes.
to. Okay. Thank you. So I'll go first, and then we'll pick your number. If you've listened before, you know how the drill works. Now, here's what's kind of important, because some of you got a reading tonight. Write it down, because you think you'll remember, and and that's why I really like to sometimes really ask questions, because there's things that I really want to know, and I'll go to. That's really about the only time I'll get a reader to read for me. Is there something that I really need validated or help cleared up in my life? But for the ones that we do for the week, if you'll write these down, like right now, in your mind's eye on a sheet of paper, write down number 1, 2, or 3, and really set the intention that this reading is for you this week. It could be an encouragement, or it could be a forewarning of something you need to know. So, did I say I'm going first?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to draw a card from the Trick or Treat deck by Barbara Moore, and I got, for all the wands, we are the Queen of Wands. We hold that one up where we can see it. Queen of Wands. Okay, so this witch looks like she is in charge. Okay, she is putting the things, let me see it again, Roger, in the cauldron. She's standing over it. She's got her wand, her familiar, potentially cat is beside her. The cauldron is full, and she's ready to concoct something, to do something, to set some intention, or if you want to call it spell. So for this week, I would say, also this, it's to put an end to drama, because a lot of times Queen of Wands can be drama, but they also can know how to stop drama. So that's what the spell or intention is about this week, just to kind of put an end to the drama. And if you're part of the drama, it's helping you put an end to the drama too, all the number 1s, okay? Just get away from the drama, okay?
Very good.
And number 2 is going to be Matt.
Okay. For number 2s this week, again, I'm reading from the Oblique Strategies. This is maybe the simplest one I've ever seen, but I love it. It just says water.
Ooh.
So think about what that can mean to you. I mean, water means to me, purity, cleaning, cleansing, moving on. If you think about a river or something like that, about moving forward. So I think for number 2s, at least the way that I am seeing it is number 2s this week. I think it's, if there's something that's been weighing on you, it's been bothering you, it's time to kind of wash that away, to rinse that away, to purify, to let it go, to let it flow on and move on. So yeah, and maybe even drink more water. I don't know. Like that might not. That's not a bad.
It's so funny because I always choose twos, and so
Number two is over
we
there.
know I need to drink more water. But also, I think immersing in water. Plus, I'm a water sign, so I think for number twos, that's a great reading.
There you go.
All right, Roger.
All right, before I give you this reading for number threes, you see that like button over here on the bottom? I hit it once. There's only 3, and I know we did a whole lot more than 3 readings tonight, so y'all hit that like button.
I saw a lot of you on there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of y'all watching, so hit the like button for us, okay?
What all do you have to hit on YouTube? Is there a subscribe?
There is, yeah. So there is. You can subscribe to the channel. I believe you should be able to do it from that video.
Yep.
So subscribe to the channel. Sign up for alerts, which should be a little bell icon. That way
right
you
there.
know whenever we go live. YouTube, as we have seen tonight, is a fairly stable platform. So we will almost always be on YouTube, even if Facebook is having problems. I don't know that we've ever had any problems with YouTube. And it's a great way to go back and watch the show and share it with others. So yes, like and subscribe and hit the little bell.
Yep.
Yeah, do that for us. We'd really appreciate it.
Exactly. All right, number 3s. Vesuvians, which says romance, soulmates, and empathy. Okay? So what I would tell you is the number 3s is the empathy side. You know, a lot of times we're looking for soulmates and our romance and all, but this empathy side is where, if you really think about it, where kind of things start. What does RuPaul say? You can't love anybody else if you don't love yourself.
If you can't love yourself, you can't love nobody
But it's
else.
also that empathy side of
That's the
things,
right
of
way.
understanding and feeling other people's feelings. And so I think that's where it all begins. And so take a moment. Maybe if you're in an argument, maybe you're in a disagreement, maybe just feel the other person's energy and see it, how they're feeling too, because this is our other side of people and how we need to actually interact with those people. Or maybe not even it could be a workmate. It could be anybody. Just take the time to open up your empathy side and actually feel their energy before, getting all into an argument over everything.
Do we have, really quick before we end, can I just show that I know it'll make us a little bit over, but I could use Matt as an example. If you don't want to, I could use you, Roger. But
Okay.
the things in this Pendulum Palooza book that are really good about past lives, do you want to give it a go? Okay, so we're going to find out which past life we're dealing with first. So we've got BCE, before the current era, and then we've got a chart that says current era, right? So I'm going to see which one we're using first, which one, because it's going to be so it's this one. This is going to be BCE, and the time frame
Interesting.
for you, Matt, was get it moving here. And again, it's about the tug. Ooh, and it's going. Okay, from 1900 to the that is, Roger, read. How would I read that? That very last one.
Is the last one?
Yeah, when is that?
So it's from, this is,
Before,
this
so this
is-
is a long freaking time ago.
So this is like 20,000 years.
Ago.
Your
for a
time
past
frame
life.
is 19,000 to 20,000 years.
Yeah, I was looking at going, is that an extra zero? So
Okay.
this is like
Wow.
No.
going in the way back time machine,
So
right?
like people that say, it's only, the world's only been around 2,000. No, it's been around a lot longer than 2,000 years.
Yeah.
We're talking millions of years ago.
So that was the chart it told me to use for this particular, and now we're going to see where you were. Now, it may not.
Pre-known civilization is.
Yeah. So
Well, it depends
whatever
on
this,
which one.
Well,
whatever
that's true.
this place says, it might not be what it was called then, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be your location.
Area of the.
Yeah. So we're looking for Matt's past life location. No, I'm not. I'm trying to not look. Is it? Yep, pointing one way.
Looks like it's starting
Bigger,
going.
bigger, bigger, and it's trying to decide. It's Atlantis.
Very
It's Atlantis, which would
Very
be interesting, which is in the book. You can, so you know about Atlantis, right? So it's Atlantis. Now, let's see what you did back then, okay? And you can also see if you're male or female. There's one on the chart to see where you a male or a female during that time. So we'll do this quick since we're going over. your occupation in Atlantis. Okay, so
I don't know if they had podcasts back then. Maybe
so
they
we'll
did.
see. And we'll see how
Sure, there was
this
some sort
accurate
of
this thing is. Right?
Atlantean radio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they
Use
use
crystals.
clear quartz, so it's going over way to the left.
Potato farmer.
That's always me. No, he was a soldier. He was a
Interesting.
soldier of some sort, and they did get in battles. We know that. At least if you read the book, you'll find out that. And most people have heard that too. So that's it. You had a past life in Atlantis a long time ago, and you were a soldier in that past life.
There you go.
And we
That's very
didn't
cool.
do male or female, but we could, if you were doing it, you could figure
Mm-hmm.
out if you were male or female. Don't just always assume that you were the same sex in all 60,000 past lives. But for
Right.
some reason, that one's coming up. So when you use it, that one's coming up for a reason right now. It's to be like, you might want to do research into it. Why? What does that matter? What is that affecting in my life right now? And I think that's an interesting one, Atlantis with soldier.
Yeah.
Just to see, what would that mean?
Yeah,
so-
that's really fascinating.
yeah, so a little research on that, and
I never
maybe-
thought about going that far back. I mean, it makes sense. Obviously, again, like you said, we've been around for a long time. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I never considered that. You always think like, 1800s or something like that. That seems
Right.
like to be
and we had those too, and it was like,
Yeah.
but you were the BCE chart. I mean, before
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Common Era. So that this lifetime, but that doesn't mean it's the only lifetime, right? So, yeah. So thanks for letting me do that, Matt.
That's
I
cool.
love this Pendulum Palooza, and we do have them at all the Soultopias.
Yes. All right. That's it for tonight, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, and we will be back next week. Do we have a guest? Do you know? I don't think we do. I know Matt's going to be on later in the month.
I think
later in
we will
November.
announce the topic on social media, and we may announce whether or not we're wanting to go over more to YouTube. I don't know. We'll talk
Yeah.
about it, right?
Oh, well, we're always
We'll
on
see.
YouTube. So
we're always on
it's
YouTube.
always
Maybe
there.
we should just have y'all join there from now on,
Yep,
as much as
exactly.
possible.
All
Okay.
right.
All right.
Well, good night, guys.
Good
Y'all have a
night.
great week.
Thanks for listening to SoulWhat, a Soultopia production. If you're intrigued, searching, or looking to schedule a reading of your very own, visit us in sunny Dallas, Texas, or visit us online at facebook.com/Soultopia Holistic Boutique. And if you like what you heard, subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting platform to be the first to hear new episodes every Tuesday at 7:30 Central.